At 59, Rick Harrison confirms that his son's life sentence is true. This shocking revelation has sent waves through the world of reality television, and the fallout is far from over. The once thriving Pawn Stars empire, which built its legacy on rare treasures and antique dealings, is now battling allegations, family betrayals, and scandals that threaten to destroy everything. From dominating the History Channel for over a decade to revealing the darkest secrets hidden behind the counter of the gold and silver pawn shop, this is the untold story of Pawn Stars and Rick Harrison's confession. It's the story of a family-run business where every item sold told a story, but now those stories are filled with betrayal, legal battles, and family drama, unfolding like a tragic tale no one saw coming. Picture this, a pawn shop in the heart of Las Vegas, built on trust, knowledge of gold and silver, and a love for the unexpected. It was Rick Harrison who made this dream a reality, the man who turned a small family business into a global sensation. But when his father, Richard "Old Man" Harrison, passed away in 2018, everything changed. What was once a smooth operation quickly became tangled in controversy. Rick Harrison, the mastermind behind the show's success, always knew that pawning was more than just making quick sales. "It's got to have a story," he once said, speaking about the antiques and treasures that passed through his shop. Whether it was rare comic books or ancient Egyptian artifacts, Rick understood the value of history and the story behind each item. But what was happening behind the scenes was far from the captivating stories that entertained millions on TV. The real drama, it turned out, was unfolding in the courtroom. The gold and silver pawn shop was now drowning in legal troubles, starting with Rick's very own mother, Joanne Harrison. The allegations were shocking, a legal battle in which Joanne sued her son over family assets and the ownership of the pawn shop. The tension was high. According to the lawsuit, Rick's mother claimed that in the early 2000s, she had been coerced into signing over her 51% share of the business while recovering from a coma. The story she told was one of vulnerability and manipulation, a mother forced into making life-changing decisions while under stress. Rick denied the accusations, suggesting that his mother was being manipulated by others for their own gain. But the damage had been done. The family business was now in the hands of the courts. The legal battle didn't stop there. As the lawsuit dragged on, Joanne alleged that Rick had kept her in the dark about the shop's finances and that over $500,000 in cash and silver had gone unaccounted for. The accusations only grew more serious with each passing day. Rick's financial empire seemed to be slipping away, and the family legacy was being ripped apart by the very people who were supposed to protect it. The pressure continued to mount, and in 2020, things only got worse. COVID-19 had already hit the pawn shop hard, but then came another blow, a temporary restraining order filed by Joanne. She claimed that Rick had stopped sending her regular payments from her late husband's share of the business. The payments had been steady at $12,500 a year, but now, with the business struggling, those payments stopped. The legal drama was enough to bring down even the strongest empire, but for Rick, this was just one battle in a war that seemed never-ending. Meanwhile, his son, Corey "Big Hoss" Harrison, the heir apparent to the pawn shop, was dealing with his own personal struggles. Corey had always been the ambitious son, ready to take over the business one day. But life threw him challenges he couldn't avoid. His personal life became as unpredictable as the items brought into the shop. In 2014, reports surfaced of Corey's wild behavior at a bar, which ended with him urinating in public and being kicked out. The public outcry was immediate, but Corey quickly apologized, trying to salvage his reputation. However, things didn't end there. In 2021, Corey found himself at the center of another scandal, this time involving a wrecked RV. What was supposed to be a fun desert vacation turned into a nightmare when Corey's rented RV was returned in a state of disrepair, with over $30,000 in damages. The media frenzy that followed only made things worse. Though Corey tried to explain that the RV had broken down, the damage to his public image was already done. And it wasn't just Corey. Chumlee, the lovable but sometimes naive comic relief of the show, was also facing his own legal nightmares. In 2012, Chun-Li was caught on camera brawling with a man in Hollywood. The fight was supposedly in self-defense, but it didn't take long for the media to turn it into another headline for the troubled Pawn Star's personality. But Chun-Li's legal troubles didn't end there. In 2016, he was arrested on suspicion of sexual assault, and during a police raid of his home, officers discovered methamphetamine, marijuana, and a collection of unregistered firearms. Though the sexual assault charges were eventually cleared, the discovery of drugs and weapons was enough to throw Chun-Li's life into turmoil. Chun-Li ultimately pled guilty to a felony weapons charge, but it was clear that his time in the spotlight was becoming increasingly overshadowed by his personal demons. These were just the tip of the iceberg. The drama that had once been a key element of Pawn Stars was now threatening to bring the entire show crashing down. What had once been a celebration of rare finds and historical treasures was now being overshadowed by scandals, family disputes, and legal troubles. And then there were the experts, the ones who helped validate the items brought into the shop. Johnny Jimenez, an expert on vintage toys, found himself in hot water after a domestic violence incident in 2015. His once solid reputation was now tarnished. John Resnikoff, an autograph expert, made a high-profile mistake when he misidentified an autograph from The Godfather, a blunder that caused fans to question the reliability of all the show's experts. But the biggest scandal came in 2015 when Drew Max, a sports memorabilia expert, was accused of fraud after authenticating fake sports memorabilia, costing buyers millions. The credibility of the show began to unravel. What had once been a fascinating dive into the world of rare antiques was now a reality TV show full of scripted drama and questionable experts. Fans began to notice the shift from genuine historical education to family feuds and exaggerated storylines. The magic was gone. But even as Pawn Stars struggled to maintain its image, Rick Harrison pushed forward with his business ventures. Pawn Plaza, a retail center near the pawn shop, was launched in an attempt to capitalize on the show's fame. But the venture quickly failed, with businesses closing and several lawsuits filed against Rick. It was clear that not everything associated with Pawn Stars was as successful as it seemed. Through it all, there was one final twist, the story of Olivia Black, the former employee who was let go after nude photos surfaced online. Fans were furious, believing her firing was unfair and sexist. Olivia sued, but the case was eventually dropped. However, her story added another layer of controversy to the already troubled Pawn Stars legacy. As the years passed, the show's viewership began to decline. What had once been a top-rated show on the History Channel was now just a shadow of its former self. Legal battles, personal struggles, and the constant scrutiny of the public had taken their toll on Rick, Corey, Chun-Li, and the rest of the Pawn Stars family. The show, once a phenomenon, was slowly fading away. But no matter what happens next, one thing is certain, Pawn Stars has left a lasting mark on reality television. Its legacy, though marred by scandal, will forever be etched into the history of TV. From the highs of global fame to the lows of legal drama, Pawn Stars told a story of family, fame, and the price of success. As for Rick Harrison and his empire, it's unclear what the future holds. But one thing is for sure, Pawn Stars may never be the same, but it will always remain one of the most iconic and influential reality TV shows of all time. Before we wrap up, make sure you hit that subscribe button for more updates on the latest twists and turns from the world of reality TV. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next.